Hey everybody, this is CPR43, and I just got an update that is based mainly on the GP9. So I'm just going over what more I've added on to it and what more I have to do to it. So there's been quite a few changes since last update. And I still have to do more detailing and stuff like that. I really want this engine to look as close to the prototype as possible. Um, I'm just going to try and make it as close as I can and as close as I want. Um, just going to go over the stuff that I put on and then stuff that I want to put on. So, we're going to start off, and first thing is I've added a number board to it. So this number board was from that lifelike GP38-2, that CN1 number 5506. I cut off the number board, and it was crooked and a little bit off. But I just fixed that with a strip of styrene that is roughly about the same width as the number board, just a little bit wider, but that will be fixed at some point. Painted it red and got my last few printed numbers on, and I stuck the bell. I had to file down the number board that was already on here. Because I don't want to cut that much anymore, and so it's easier to file, I guess, than to cut. But other than that, this is what it looks like now, and it looks pretty close, and that is prototypical for the GP9Us that CP has, and it's a pretty neat feature. It's kind of like the Norfolk Southern Admiral cabs that they have. So that's one thing how you can tell of a GP9U. And then I put the Sinclair antenna on, which I still have to paint red. The other red one got kind of messed up, and it was an old one anyways, so I replaced it, and I just have to paint this one red. Other than that, that's pretty well all the details that I've placed on since last update. I still want to add more stuff to it, maybe even some grab irons on the front, and the prototypical grab irons all over where it should be, and including the back. I also want to add trainline hoses and MU cables, and the antenna stands, which are one on each end of the locomotive with antennas that look like a car antenna. I'm probably just, I'm not sure what I'm going to use for that. I'm thinking painting a piece of wire black or something. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see how it goes. And so on. I also fixed its weathering too. As you will all remember if you watched the last video, the weathering kind of was fading away, and it was really brighter red on this part of the engine on both ends. I just decided to break out the black acrylic paint again and just lightly dry brush some of that black paint on, and so far it looks pretty good. You could still see the area where the weathering was fading, but it looks pretty good. So now I want to go on to the stuff that I want to change. So these are going to be pretty big changes, and I was not expecting to do this until the last few days. I noticed that a lot of CP GP9Us don't have a fan on the dynamic brake blister or whatever, and I wanted to find out and try and find a picture with a good view of the top of 1597. Turns out this unit also doesn't have a fan, so I'm thinking I'm just going to file that down, and I'm not sure what I'm going to cover it with, because I know I'm going to get a hole, because it's just molded on. I'm thinking either styrene, or I will try and get a nice stable piece of paper and somehow get it stable and to look relatively flat and close, paint over it and everything. So that's one thing I have to do. Another thing that I want to do, but I'm not sure if I will be able to, is remove these I guess you'd call them fans, radiator fans, so the dynamic brake. These are removed on 1597, and it's just that the round blister. So this doesn't belong there. When it was high hood, its high hood number was CP 8687, and it had those fans, but it doesn't anymore, and it has a kind of a shiny look to it. So I'm not sure what we're going to do there. I haven't found any HO scale dynamic brake castings, which you probably can't get them, I don't know, but I'll keep looking around and stuff. And also just a question for you guys about on the roof of the engine. So 1597, it has exhaust stacks that are somewhat different. I'll show you a picture that I have on an iPad here. So as you can see, it's 1597, and there's those exhaust stacks, and they stick upwards and they're kind of like a downward facing. So if there's any way if you guys know of any way I could possibly create those or buy them, can you just let me know in the comments section? That'd be great. I'd really like to have that feature on it and stuff. It looks pretty cool. So if you know how to get those, just let me know, and I'd be happy for your info on that. So and also another thing that I have to do is I have to darken the handrails. I'm probably going to have to replace them too because they're too wide, and you can see there it takes up a lot of the stairway to the walk of the engine. So other than that, I'm going to paint the appropriate sections of the handrails white and kind of get it to look more prototypical as well. So other than that, it's looking pretty good. I also want to add a brake wheel to where this little protrusion is, as that's where one is. And then finally, I want to add either a decal or somehow manage to get some classification lights onto there, as what it has in real life. So that's basically it. I've said my spiel on the GP9u, and if you guys can help me in any way, that'd be great, and I'd love your info. So until my next video, this is CPR43, and good luck.